Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Dirty Mud on. I'm officially doing a post commentary for you guys today. I'm going to be talking about the server-side patch that was issued on October 11th. I do realize I'm a little bit late on it, about 3 days, so better late than never, I guess. But overall, I'll be jumping into that, giving you guys the main gist of it. I wanted to make sure I brought this video out for you guys. That way, you guys were more familiar, with the patch if you don't follow a lot of the other guys that fill up your sub boxes with multi-dimensional games and all that kind of stuff. But overall, I just wanted to bring it out to inform you guys on the patch that came out because it's actually a pretty good jump, and I'm pretty satisfied with everything. Some things don't really affect me too much, but they probably affect a good majority of the community. So overall, with that said, I'm going to jump into the map and gun loadout, and then we'll go from there, and you guys can get the main gist of the commentary, and you guys can kind of dissect the information I'll be selecting for you guys for the sheer topics. With that said, I'm going to be using the MTAR-21 with a red dot, flash suppressor, and a grip. I'll be using the MP443 suppressed, a SMA, and a repair tool, which I don't use. I don't think I use either of those. So overall, they're just there for the sheer fact of looks. But I'll be using my squad perk known as cover, as I've stated in many commentaries. I just kind of wanted to emphasize on cover. Basically, decreases your character's suppression effect by 50%, which in turn, or a reality standpoint, means that you're 50% more accurate compared to your opponent, because you're suppressing him, at a higher rate overall, because he's getting suppressed at an overall effect of, let's say for an assault rifle 7.0, that's the one I recognize the most. And with that said, that means that you're only getting suppressed by 3.5%, and overall it means you're more accurate, and you're gonna probably beat him unless he gets a lucky headshot. So with that said, I like to describe cover, because cover is something that's very controversial, and I don't think the meaning of it is very given out to the community in a generalized sense. So with that said, I just want to make sure you guys understood that. With that said, guys, I'm going to be playing on the map known as Ziba Tower, however you want to pronounce that, with 100% tickets on Conquest Domination. Conquest Domination was obviously released in the Close Quarters expansion pack that was released back in summer of this year. So it's been a pretty cool expansion pack. You guys have seen my fair share of gameplay from that, and overall, I'm pretty excited about it. I like playing it. It's pretty fun. Armored Kill, it's definitely a substitute over Armored Kill's failure on console, I would probably say, but I guess it's no better than PC. But there's more players, so the AC-130 is not really that big of an issue, I guess you'd say, when there's like, what, 20-something stingers coming at it. So I guess that's controversial. I guess there will be a discussion, if anything, in the comments that will tell me if I'm incorrect on that. But with that said, guys, I'm going to jump into the patch notes, or the server-side patch notes, because it's not really a patch. You didn't actually have to download it, which is actually good, because there's only like 10 things on this list. So with that said, I'm going to try to give you guys the information, and I'll try to generalize it into my own opinions, and kind of give you guys my main gist of what I think, or maybe if I think that I did something wrong, or, just give my main opinion about the matter. So with that said, everyone's been complaining about the gunship. The gunship is something that has definitely been a controversial thing. I remember when the expansion pack was actually on release, and everyone was uber excited about it. They were all happy, giddy, and they had that that new toy feel in their mind. Like, oh man, this is gonna be so much fun, and everyone was so happy about this new gunship or AC-130 coming to the game, because it's something that's usually in Call of Duty or some other games that a little bit off-brand, off that topics. But overall, the gunship came into the game, and everyone was very unpleased with how it performed. Everyone thought it was overpowered, which it really was. It was extremely overpowered. If you won on defense, it's because you had the most stacked damn team ever, and when you got on offense, you were going to absolutely annihilate the living shit out of defense, because offense was easy. You could have the worst players, on the leaderboards that coexist on the planet, and you're probably going to win, because it was just that easy. You had so much armor that it was just overwhelming. And with the new patch, as I'm trying to get into with my extremely long discussion, the new patch actually issued new things into it, and they tweaked a little bit of the AC-130 or gunship. I'll call it the gunship for the sake of power, and all that stuff. But anyway, they basically, on PC, I do realize that they decreased the spawn timer to 60 seconds for all those fast servers that, have instant server for vehicles. No longer will you guys be able to just spawn the AC-130 in, which is unfortunate for PC guys, but console we don't have that, so that was never really an issue for us. And I guess it makes sense because we have decreased amount of players, so it really didn't matter in the long run. But overall, for PC, you guys will have to wait the full 60 seconds for your AC-130 to spawn. And overall, I guess that's kind of fair. It makes sense. I'm sure PC guys were bitching about the AC-130 a lot when it comes to Rush or anything of that category. I don't presume Conquest is really an issue because a lot of the big guys don't seem to complain about it, but I don't play on PC, so I'm not a generalized person to make a comment, I guess, about that. But with that said, they actually admit that the AC-130 was overpowered for way too many reasons in Rush, and it was just extremely unfortunate that they didn't, take away a few things. But overall, the ability to, spawn on the thing looks like it's still there, which I think is a little retarded. I think that should have gotten taken out. I think that was the reason it was really overpowered, because you were constantly getting knifed if you were trying to shoot it down, and honestly, it was overwhelming. It became that problem where there was no solution to it. It was just like, yep, leave game. Let's go play some Grand Bazaar or something of that category. But overall, they've kind of fixed a little bit of the spawn timer for PC so far. With that said, you have the minimap for hardcore. People have been wanting that to be removed for a long time for hardcore players. I unfortunately am a core only player. I will never play hardcore because I don't like to get shot 2 times and have that WTF rage mode engaged face or whatever. So hardcore is not my thing, but I realize a large majority of the Battlefield community is a hardcore basis, and overall it looks like that's what they've been wanting, so they got it. The minimap is now removed in hardcore mode, so that's pretty cool. It's now able to be disabled. So overall, it looks like it's going to satisfy them, and they should be pretty impressed by that. They're going to improve server stability. With that said, I still think the servers are, I think they were fine anyway. I guess I never had really problems getting kicked out of them. It was usually admins kicking me out because I'm Colonel 100, which, for all you Colonel 100s out there, I'm sure you get your fair share of, those stupid hate mail messages that are like, why you leave, bro? Those are so stupid. Those people are one of the more intelligent species of our existence. But overall, whatever. You get kicked out and stuff like that. But the server stability, I guess that's good for people that own or don't have the ability to maybe have the best internet in the world or something like that. I never really had problems getting just randomly kicked out, but it did happen occasionally just when we had so much technology on at our house or whatever that the internet connections maybe flicker every once in a while. But overall, it's good that they're still doing maintenance on their game, and they're still appealing to audiences that are all around the world and not just selected into one centralized country. This is something that they took their sweet time with frickin' getting out, because this has been pissing me off for so many months. It's unbelievable. The knife takedown fix is finally here. It's only taken them an entire year to get this out. I don't know what took so long. It's unfortunate, but I'm sure you guys have had your fair share of issues with this. When one person was knifing somebody on the map, no one else had the ability to knife them. So basically now if I'm gonna knife you, let's say for the sake of argument, I can knife you, and my friend next to me can knife, your buddy or whatever. So now 2 people can knife, 2 to anywhere between, 32 people can knife each other on the map. If you're on PC, obviously 32. But anyway, for the sake of argument, basically everyone can now knife each other, and there's no penalty where you're holding your knife up trying to jab the guy and, dying as a result of stupidity. So with that said, congratulations to DICE for finally realizing that needed to be fixed, and it was a bug that's been plaguing their series for about a year now. So congratulations, DICE. You're a little bit late on it, but I guess I'd be more pleased if you fixed it than not to fix it. So overall, knifing is going to be something that'll be a lot more prevalent now, and I think it'll become a lot more of people looking for your dog tags and wanting to teabag your face. With that said, there was a couple of random fixes for the scoreboard. Looks like for premium member players, they had some fixes with the team and MVP calculations not scoring correctly. So overall, that's been adjusted. The kill list fixed. I have no idea what that is, but overall, it says it fixed the bug where the kill was listed as a vehicle kill. So I'm not sure if that means if you kill somebody with a javelin or whatever, it said that they entered a vehicle or whatever, and you hit it and you got X amount of points for this circumference of killing the enemy. So overall, it just sounded like a little bug and something that they fixed. So overall, if you were having that issue, it looks like it's going to be fixed, but in DICE terms, fixing doesn't really mean a whole lot, does it? But I know I'm kind of ragging on DICE, but it's all good fun. I mean, they know that about this kind of stuff by now. I mean, they fix their game pretty well. They do pretty good maintenance on it, and overall, the server-side patches are probably more interesting than the actual main patches, because that's usually just a bunch of crap that it's unbelievable how long that list can go. There was a random fix that I had actually no idea what this was, and I was actually surprised. I kind of looked a little bit on it, and nothing really came up too big, but there was a ladder vehicle entry fix, which vehicle, or allows players no longer to enter vehicles while climbing on a ladder. And I didn't exactly understand that because was not for sure where you could climb a ladder and have a vehicle next to it. But overall, there was something wrong with that. I don't know if the vehicle floated or if you just, you know, were in third person when you got in it or something like that. But that's been adjusted, so if you're having that issue, it looks like you'll be okay now to climb ladders next to vehicles and, you know, have a good time, you know, climbing the ladders when you're, you know, going anywhere between 150 stories up in the air. So with that said, I mean, congratulations, they fixed that. But overall, the crash fix is also something where the game would just randomly crash. This might be something known on PC. I do realize PC has had a problem like this. I've heard a lot about it. So that might be something that's related to PC. It actually does not specify, but I've never had this problem on console though. So I'm not sure what they mean by crash fix, if it means like the whole thing shut down or not. So with that said, I mean, the AC-130 is getting its fair share of patches. I mean, there's different spawn timers for PC. I feel like I'm missing something. Oh yeah, here we go. The probably the best thing that they ever made, and I think Rush is now going to be something that's going to be able to be playable again, because for God forbid we actually be able to play Rush on console or PC, no matter what system you're on. With this said, guys, you have your AC-130 at the beginning, and you actually have to play the objective to acquire your next AC-130 for Rush. What that means is if you get in your AC-130 at the beginning of the game and you lose it, you have to capture 1 MCOM to gain your AC-130 back. So that means potentially you can have a total of 2 AC-130s per site. Now that excludes the first one because technically you'd have 3 then, but overall you're going to have to actually play the objective and actually help your team now instead of, just waiting and spamming the respawn on AC-130 or gunship feature. So with that said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. I didn't actually get as much as I wanted covered, but more or less I got you guys the main gist of this, and I kind of gave you guys my opinion. There are a lot of pros to this patch. I'm really excited to actually go back and play Rush because Armored Kill is just ungodly retarded to play on PC and console. It was horrible. It was so poorly constructed, and the AC-130 was just absolutely a joke. I mean, there was so much armor that you couldn't make any moves. If you were on defense, you were like, okay, well, I'm going to die between 15 to 30 times, and out of those, at least 90% are going to be nothing I could have done different because the AC-130 is going to hit me with the 105mm shell, and I'm going to blow up and die. So with that said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys will give me some feedback in the comments if you guys enjoy maybe the new patch, maybe you hate it. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say if you guys are Battlefield 3 enthusiasts. So again, with that said, I'm going to sign off just slightly early a little bit on this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next installment. I have more videos coming. So this is going to be Norman signing off. Peace.